Muito boa tarde pessoal, aqui fala Poison com mais um vídeo de Hogwarts Legacy. Estamos de volta ao nosso mundo mágico de Hogwarts e despachamos aqui algumas coisas secundárias. Deixem-me só vos mostrar antes de avançarmos para a história principal. Portanto, já desbloqueamos aqui todos os feitiços que não eram necessários, mas é melhor tê-los do que não ter, não é? E então faltam só dois de utilidade. E depois temos os feitiços da maldição imperdoável. Os feitiços de maldição só vão poder ser aprendidos após todas as questlines com o Sebastian, pelo aquilo que eu vi, e são aquelas que eu preciso. Portanto, temos aqui já nas missões, antes de avançarmos, que é a nova missão, Encontro Poppy Sweeting, tal como tínhamos visto. Vamos aqui fazer uma paragem nas sombras da linhagem e falarmos com o Sebastian, porque temos mesmo que continuar a história dele em paralelo com a nossa história principal. Sempre que aparecer uma história do Sebastian vamos ter que tratá-la para conseguirmos chegar às maldições. Portanto, vamos começar por esta. Deixa-me só ver qual é que é. É por aqui. Vamos dar aqui um jeitinho a esta missão para conseguirmos avançar na história. Estou mesmo a tentar fazer um grande tryhard para chegarmos no fim desta história este fim de semana. Planei também trazer-vos mais um joguinho fofo e pequeno este fim de semana, se acabarmos o Hogwarts a tempo. E queria mesmo fazer live desse jogo. Eu já o vou apresentar nos próximos vídeos. Por enquanto vamos nos focar aqui em Hogwarts e tentarmos ver se conseguirmos aqui finalizar esta história magnífica. Tenho que chegar aqui e falar com o Sebastian, não é? É aqui perto, boa. Não temos muito para andar, portanto isso é bom. Onde é que está o... Isto é aqui perto. Deve ser lá acima. Deixem-me só dar uma vista de olhos aqui. Imaginem só quantos é que eu colecionei destes. Eu andei a passar o nível com isto, ok? Basicamente, é que dá-te imensa experiência. E isso é bom, porque vamos precisar de toda a experiência possível para as próximas missões. Fiz bem em despachar um pouco o jogo em background antes de avançarmos. Isto é um puzzle, não é? Sim, mas eu não vou fazer isso agora. Pois, isto é um puzzle. Estamos a chegar. Mais um ponto de checkpoint. Temos que chegar e ver o que é que se passa, porque o Sebastian e o amigo estão a discutir. Acho que são por minha causa, por eu ter descoberto o lugar deles. Tentei mesmo ajudar o Sebastian, eu não queria que ele tivesse problemas.
Hey, it's me, Gareth. Do you have a moment?
Não tenho momentos para ti, filho. Tenho mais que fazer.
Revelio.
Ok, mais um checkpoint. Cá está. Sem mais demoras, bora lá.
Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
The dark arts do pique my interest.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
I'd like to know more about it if you wouldn't mind telling me. I won't repeat it.
Very well. But do keep this between us. Ominous learned dark magic from his parents. Are you familiar with the Cruciatus curse?
Crucio, correct? The Cruciatus curse. Also known as the torture curse. Inflicts excruciating pain on the victim.
Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting us on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, So the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
How horrible. Poor Ominous. He was only a child. He shouldn't blame himself.
After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind. Sometimes you can find in the library. I've never had a halfway say about Hogwarts. I for one
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Goblins will finally
Is Highwing all right? Natty told me what the two of you did.
Highwing's fine. I'm keeping an eye on her. She's safe, Poppy, I promise.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want Highwing far from it.
You said you had news about the poachers, and that some of it had to do with me.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead, and did you know that they have orders from Victor Rookwood to capture you on sight? Does this have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow coming for you in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack?
It does, somewhat. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about what else you heard the poachers are up to.
Fair enough. But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help, especially after what you did for Highwing. Does the name Horntail Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not. Why? What is it?
The poachers' best kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but they never went into detail. I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're making, at the expense of innocent creatures, undoubtedly. The poachers spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're doing. If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
Not to worry, Poppy. If I ever meet your gran, I shall not speak a word of this.
I normally tell her everything. She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows how I feel about the poachers. I think she worries I'll do something ill-advised.
Whatever gave her that idea?
This way.
Revelio.
A centaur. Tread carefully.
An entire castle to roam, yet you choose to wander here.
Please, we don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through.
Do you take us for fools? That we do not notice more and more of your kind around here, in league with the poachers?
We aren't involved with them. If anything, we want to...
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
He was certainly a charmer.
That could have gone worse. Centaurs aren't exactly fans of wizard kind, and the poachers aren't helping matters.
But why would he think that we had anything to do with poachers?
I did notice the poachers talking with a few villagers in Hogsmeade. I'm not sure why. Perhaps that's why the centaurs are suspicious.
Rebellion!
That's the third time I've seen a Dugbog behave that violently.
It seems that a lot of beasts have been more aggressive than usual lately.
I've noticed that too. It's almost like there's something in the water. This is odd.
What is it?
Not entirely sure, but look around. If the poachers were here, perhaps we can find out why.
Why wouldn't they take their cages with them when they left? Pelt. Poor beasts. Still smoking. They can't have been gone long. Revelio! This is goblin metal. It seems out of place in a poacher camp. I should tell Poppy about it.
Anything interesting?
Poachers were here. All sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin made.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep searching, but carefully. Merlin only knows what's going on here. I don't have a good feeling about this. How do goblin and poacher interests align?
Look, down there.
Definitely poachers. No creatures, though. So what are they doing out here?
Let's take a closer look.
They won't be happy to see us. Should we use disillusionment? Or perhaps a less discreet approach?
Hard to say from up here. Let's get a better lay of the land.
Who says crime doesn't pay? Why, I'm practically shoving it. What was that? Come here,
Expelliarmus!
Merlin, you'd think they were guarding the Minister for Magic himself. What is going on here?
Only one way to find out. Repairer!
What in Merlin's name?
Are those dragons?
O que raio se passa aqui? Uou! E eu a quem que diria que nunca mais os dragões chegam, né? Belos dragões, a sério. Eu gostaria de montar um. Porra.
It's a dragon fighting ring. This is Hauntel Hall.
The name makes sense now, and the secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word, given how crowded it is here. How could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizard kind. There must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being in the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted.
Don't know what Victor was thinking straight at the previous 2 towns. Revelio.
Have you heard from your family? Has either of your brothers come round to our way of thinking? Will they join us?
Ah, they say we go too far. The violence isn't going to get us what we want. I say, if every last wizard is run through...
It's no tellers. What was that?
A more hushed approach is likely wise. Wouldn't give to be a demiguise right now. Did you hear those goblins? Ramrock and the poachers must be working together.
Poppy, something's going on behind you.
What's going on down there? They must have only just captured her. She's putting up quite the fight.
Not a fair one, though. Not with her chained up like that.
Let's even her up, shall we? Look, they've got a dragon egg. Hebridean from the looks of it. We can't leave it here, not with the plans they likely have for it.
Aloha, Mora.
All right, I have the egg.
Ready. The element of surprise will only buy us a few seconds.
Let's make them count.
That's it. Careful!
we're looking for, ain't you, for a friend?
Lumos going to...
I'll check.
Down CP.
This may have been a bad idea.
I suppose we'll find out.
This way.
That was a Hebridean black.
I'm guessing the egg we have belongs to that dragon.
I don't think she knew they had her egg. She wouldn't have left without it.
What now? She didn't exactly leave us a calling card.
I don't know. Nothing about this day was expected. Not the goblins, and definitely not the fighting ring. The last thing I planned on was a dragon egg. And the poachers saw us, which cannot be good.
We aren't helping ourselves standing here. Let's get to safety. We can sort this out later.
You're right. If there's anything the poachers are good at, it's tracking their prey. And right now, we're it. Be careful, won't you? I shall see you back at the castle.
Pessoal, acabamos de salvar um dragão, sou a Mirei. Vamos só para casa. Temos novas novidades do Sebastião.
My efforts were in vain.
Vamos ter com ele agora, obviamente.
We need to talk.
Perfeito.
I believe you are ready to learn Arresto
Arresto Momentum.
It allows you to freeze objects or people in mid-air. Simply complete a few tasks and then come and see me.
Isso é capaz de ser útil?
It's time you learned the transformation spell. After you've
Basicamente são os feitiços que nos faltavam. Pois.
finishing your field guide, attend my class to learn the new spell. Afterwards, we will discuss your progress thus far in the term.
Ok. E quase passamos de nível para nível 21 para nível 22, como sabem, já podemos evoluir os nossos talentos no máximo. Tudo o que nós precisamos é nas sombras. Crucio. Já apareceu o primeiro Crucio. Ok, então vamos já tratar disto. Temos aqui então o lugar. Yeah. É aqui, né? Deve ser. Qualquer das formas temos que voltar a Hogwarts, isso sim. Já cá estamos. Enquanto fosse na frente da sala comunal. Ok, estamos perto. É por aqui? Ok, rapazes, tenham cuidado com essas espadas. Pessoal, vamos aprender um dos feitiços que precisávamos para a nossa build. The Slytherin. Queria tanto aprender aquilo. Portanto, um dos 3 feitiços já estão disponíveis. Como podem ver, estamos a ir muito bem. Muito bem. Vamos lá.
I received your owl. What happened with Ominous?
I told him none of us will be able to avoid dark magic forever. So the more we know about Salazar Slytherin and the dark arts, the better prepared we'll be. Unfortunately, only a Gaunt knows the location of the Scriptorium's entrance, and Ominous won't tell me.
Perhaps I should have a chat with Ominous.
You? I suppose it's worth a try. But don't get your hopes up. Ominous is annoyingly stubborn. Nothing new. I know where he is. I'll lead you to him and then leave you to it. Come on. He's this way. Keep an eye out. Never know who's what. Although that hasn't stopped us before.
Strictly speaking, it has. We were caught.
Damned poltergeist. Such a nuisance. There he is. Good luck.
What are you doing here?
Hello, Ominous. Do you have a moment?
What is it? What have you and Sebastian been up to now?
I owe you an apology, Ominous. I wasn't honest with you before about the Undercroft. Sebastian did show it to me. He wanted me to have a safe place to practice some spells, to try and catch up to the other 5th years. He didn't think you'd mind.
I suppose that makes sense. It's just Sebastian's been pestering me lately about something and I'm frustrated with him.
Don't tell me he's still going on about, what was it, a scriptorium?
He told you about that?
He did. We were talking about our house founder and he mentioned it. Wouldn't say much more, though.
Yes, well, he seems to think it contains the answer to saving Anne. I think it's likely full of dark magic that is better left untouched.
Wait, you've never been inside?
Of course not. I only know about it because of my favorite aunt, Noctua. She thought like I do. Didn't agree with the family on the use of dark magic. In fact, she'd hoped to convince my family that there was more to Salazar Slytherin than worshipping pureblood status. She'd heard of this scriptorium and thought its contents might shed some light on him. She even found the secret entrance in this very corridor. She wrote regularly to my father about her efforts to gain access, and then she simply vanished. No one else ever tried to enter.
I'm sorry about your aunt. Don't you want to find out what happened to her?
Aunt Noctua went down this path with good intentions and lost her life. I don't want the same to happen again.
You don't know that history will repeat itself. Besides, you said your aunt thought like you. This could honor her memory, get you answers about Slytherin and Sebastian answers for Anne. Your aunt pursued this alone. We could do it together.
I see what you've done here, and I confess, you've convinced me. I didn't think it possible. Very well. I shall tell you what I know. Fetch Sebastian, I'll wait. I hope we don't regret this.
Sebastian, over here.
These braziers grant access to the scriptorium.
Expelliarmus!
You wouldn't tell me when I...
Bombarda!
It wasn't you who told me what I needed to hear.
Revelio.
Opening the entrance has something to do with threes.
Well, 3 heads are better than 1.
Its 2 heads are better than 1.
And by that logic... better than 2. Simple mathematics on this.
Incendio!
That brazier went out on its own. I wonder if it's a clue.
Incendio! 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 Lumos.
Revelio may help.
Incendio! Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Flipendo. Descendo. Expelliarmus. Flipendo. Incendio. Revelio.
Remember, 3 braziers are involved.
Someone was actually listening.
I do that. Occasionally.
Incendio. Lumos. Incendio. Lumos. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio.
We're ready for this.
Dark, ominous corridors. My favorite.
No comment.
Reparo.
Come on, that was a good one. The rubble formed a relief of a person facing a snake.
That must be the voice I hear.
Revelio.
The voice is ancient.
You hear a voice?
It started when you repaired that relief. I hear a whisper saying, "Speak to me." I'm a parcel mouth. I can hear and speak to snakes. Nearly all known parcel mouths are descended from Salazar Slytherin.
I wish all Slytherins could talk to snakes.
You might not want the ability to speak parcel tongue. It's often associated with dark wizards. I haven't spoken it in ages, but I'd wager if I speak it now, the door will open. I'm hoping you're having second thoughts.
I see no reason we should stop now.
It's ironic. When I left home, I vowed to leave the dark arts behind, and yet here I am. Stand back. I can't believe I'm doing this.
It worked! Ominous, you possess a rare ability indeed.
Between the two of you, I'm starting to feel left out.
Between the two of us?
Never mind. There's no clear way...
Incendio!
Like a maze. Salazar Slytherin
Revelio
wanted this to be difficult to solve.
Incendio!
Came from the closed. And there's no ahead.
Lumos. Incendio. The dial requires focus.
Aunt Noctua said the same. It may take practice to solve it. That didn't sound good.
Salazar Slytherin didn't make this easy. Dire, isn't it?
I'm so surprised. We're in a maze designed by Salazar Slytherin.
All the gates have symbols, and there are symbols on the dial.
Revelio. This journal entry, it mentions getting lost and being unwelcome.
Poor Aunt Noctua.
Lumos. Revelio. Another gate.
Seems Slytherin like to play games.
Must run in the family.
Look in the mirror, Sebastian.
Symbols again.
Matching the symbols did open it.
Was about to do that myself. But you got to it first. Nice work.
Lumos. Incendio. Ominous. Your aunt wanted to change your family's traditions.
She did. And she was my favorite person in the world for it.
Another welcome sword, was it? The dial seems to be getting more difficult. But we've made it this far. Don't give up.
Revelio. Lumos.
That sounded promising.
Another dial solved.
Impressive. Nice work.
Noctua references painful and arduous challenges, but also rewards.
Painful. That's the part I'm wary of.
All I heard was rewards. Keep going. We've got more to solve ahead.
Search each corridor. It may not be obvious which leads where.
Lumos.
Excellent work. We're another step closer to the scriptorium. I spotted something ahead. Looks troubling.
This whole place is troubling, but for my aunt's sake, we cannot stop now.
The gate! I think we're locked in. Again.
Then Salazar Slytherin is not yet finished with us.
Revelio.
Descendo. Flipendo. Expelliarmus. Defendo. Incendio.
Ominous. Her skeleton. And Noctua's last journal entry. She mentions being trapped here, blocked by an unforgivable curse.
This is where she died. This is where we'll die. I shouldn't have listened to either.
Revelio.
Ominous, I'm truly sorry about your aunt. But I know what to do. It's going to be difficult.
You said you know what to do.
Tortured faces on the door, and Crucios etched into the stone. My guess is if we cast the Cruciatus curse, the door will open. That's why Noctua died. She had no one to cast the curse on. Ominous has the most experience with this. He should cast it. You seem to be in Ominous's favor. Will you ask him about this?
He does seem a bit cross with you. I'll speak with him.
Good. Work your magic, so to speak. Wish we had some liquid luck.
All of this could have been avoided.
Ominous. I hadn't imagined we'd end up trapped like this.
Salazar Slytherin did. He's to blame for many unimaginable things. I overheard you and Sebastian, and I won't do it. The Cruciatus curse is pure torture. I would know.
Sebastian told me a little of what happened when you were young. Sounds as if you had no choice.
Should have known he would have told you. And one always has a choice. I'm as guilty as the worst of my family. Unforgivable curses won't work unless you really mean them. I had to want to cause pain, and for that I shall never forgive myself. That spell's the reason I have no family left. You and Sebastian will need to sort out another solution. If you cast Crucio, you will regret it forever.
What do we do now? Ominous is not going to cast the Cruciatus curse again.
Ridiculous! As if dying in here is a better option than casting a damned spell. It's up to us. I can teach you Crucio, or I can cast it on you.
Wait, you didn't say you knew how to cast Crucio?
Because I'm not sure I do. Ominous knows that. yet he's left us no choice. I don't yearn to follow in Noctua Gaunt's footsteps. I think I can cast it if I have to.
I want to learn the curse, and I think it's best if I cast it on you.
Very well, if that's what you want. To perform the spell, raise your wand, point it at me, and firmly declare Crucio. Hold on as long as you can.
É agora, pessoal, Crucio está na nossa posse. Crucio.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Are you all right?
Revelio.
That pain. I would have done anything to make it stop. But I'll survive. Let's keep moving. We made it. It's our Slytherin scriptorium.
I can't believe we're here.
Sebastian, ominous. There's a book just here.
You found something.
You two go ahead. Let me know what's in it. I'll wander around a bit.
Revelio.
A criatura? Devem falar do basilisco, será?
Revelio. What do you think?
Looks like a spellbook of some kind. This is incredible. A Hogwarts founder's possession. What an honor. Still can't believe Ominous never told me about his aunt and what she found.
What will you do with Slytherin's spellbook?
What I do with every book. Read it. Having professors as parents ingrained that habit early on. But I can do that later. For now, I say we explore this room.
Bem,
It's breathtaking.
vamos aprender também os outros dois feitiços.
I don't want to leave, but I owe you. Both of you. Without both of you, we'd never
Não
have
sei,
made it this far.
mas realmente é interessante.
We could have died. We must swear never to do this again.
Não morres nada, pá. A masmorra de Slytherin. Isto lembra-me do lugar onde havia o basilisco mesmo. Neste caso, onde vai haver uma vez.
Ominous. About your aunt.
Please, Sebastian. I meant what I said before. We swear, right now, never to engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
Understood. I'm truly sorry about your aunt, Ominous.
I suppose after all this, I am grateful to know what happened to her. Thank you.
Revelio. Revelio.
Portanto, pessoal, vamos agora tentar encontrar as páginas para conseguirmos ter o efeito de transformação. Temos que encontrar a página de guia de campo no subterrâneo e depois no campo de stand livre da transfiguração intermédia da biblioteca. Ok, um é fácil, o outro não faço ideia onde está, portanto vamos seguir caminho. Vamos só ver aqui as localizações no mapa.
So this is the underground harbour. Revelio. The Grey Lady. I'd say hello, but she doesn't seem particularly social. Revelio.
I've been studying Salazar Slytherin's spellbook. Meet me in the Undercroft. I found something.
Revelio. Incendio. Revelio.
Oh dear, I shall get in trouble for this.
Revelio. That book Professor Weasley asked me to find should be around here somewhere.
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguration?
Professor Weasley asked me to, get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humour me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz, just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. Ugh, they don't value knowledge the way I do. Surely you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
If that's the only way I can convince you to give me that book, then let's get it over with.
Splendid! Just a few questions, and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
The Golden Snuggery.
No. Incorrect. The answer was the golden snidget. The The snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Barbarous Bragg. Sadly, they're thought to be extinct. Next question. Which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
Felix Felicis.
Well done. Since it makes the drinker temporarily lucky, Felix Felicis is a banned substance in all organized competitions. The tale of the three brothers involves which magical artifacts?
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct. According to Beadle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consists of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
The Bludger.
I'm sorry, but the correct answer was the quaffle. When a chaser throws the quaffle through one of 3 hoops in a Quidditch match, their team is awarded 10 points. True or false? Polyjuice Potion allows the drinker to change species.
True.
Actually, the answer was false. While Polyjuice Potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to change species. Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty more questions I could ask you. And I won't be giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
Está bem, nerd, vá dar-me cá o livro.
I'm sorry. I don't have time for a quiz at the moment.
Let me know if you change your mind. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of this. Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. We should attend Transfiguration.
Reading can be as magical as any spell. Why can't students see that?
Hey, mister, please let me know next time.
I heard Professor Weasley transfigured the book with all her test answers into an owl to stop students from cheating.
Beautiful.
Goodness. Settle down. Settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do. Beautifully done. Class is dismissed. And remember, now is not the time to ease off your studying. Wells will be here before you know it.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor?
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm not certain I needed all the extra assignments.
And I'm certain you would not have been as successful without them. Now, it seems you've been making good use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. I've heard that you can brew an impressive Edurus potion. Hopefully, you won't need it anytime soon, but it is a valuable potion to have when it is needed.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Were your meetings with Professor Black's house elf and exploration of various caves down by the lake connected in any way to Professor Fig?
Not at all. I was, intrigued by stories of a giant squid and wanted to learn more. I encountered Scrope, who seemed delighted to share what he knew.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed. If you wish to practice the spell you just learned, the training dummy is available. Glad to see you are paying close attention to my demonstration of the transformation spell.
Wingardium Leviosa. Dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
I remember our meet mentioning something about gobbledygook.
When you have a moment, please come.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Pessoal, vou só vender algumas coisas em Hogsmeade e vamos preparar-nos para avançarmos na história ainda mais com o Sebastian e depois fazermos o nosso main mission principal. Não se esqueçam de deixar um comentário e um like no canal e vemo-nos daqui a nada. Poisons out. Bye.